Hey there, Color Beams. Welcome back. Welcome back to our recap show. We are recapping episode 4. Yes, one, two, three,
Mhm.
4. We made it. And it was on Painted Fear. It was a good one. It was one that touched me because I had some fear in my past. How about you, Sonny? Was this topic good for you?
Well, it was kind of a hard topic for me because of the way that I'm going to do what I want to do to make me happy because everybody else is doing it. So I don't necessarily feel like I have someone um, that impacted me in that way. So,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I did uh look up a little bit of topics because off the record someone did say, well, words don't affect me like that. So I just kind of wanted to see if this was a real thing or if it was just me, you know. But anyway,
hmm
not just me. Your brain does take certain words and it will um, employ or start the limbic system. And the limbic system is the one that takes care of your survivor mode. We've all heard fight, flight, well, I'm going to add freeze. So, you just may have reacted, but reacted in a different way. Didn't freeze you. It made you say, bump this. I'm going to do what I want to do. Right. So maybe you fought or maybe you left the situation so you could do what you want to do. So, it is a real thing. It's just people react to certain things, but we are all different. We all react in different ways.
right. I agree. I do know that people, react in different ways. Some with that avoidance, like you said, instead of saying bump this, I'm going to do what I want to do. And some, they go into that finding these different coping mechanisms. But I think for me, I wouldn't necessarily say it was avoidance. I would say that it's just looking at the reality of what was going on and
Mm,
saying, so you're saying that you're going to tell me that I can't do this because of this, or I shouldn't do this because of this, and this will happen. When
mhm.
ultimately, I mean, I knew that I had to form my own experiences. And
Mm,
as I grew up and grew out of certain things, you know, that's just what I did. My mind from experiences, from watching TV, from seeing other people's relationships, I decided what it is that I want my life to look like. And it's not what somebody tried to put the fear of God in me, or it didn't have anything to do with that. I mean, because I look at those people that would tell you something like that, the moms, the aunts, the grandparents, the friends that are here or there, and look where you are. How are you gonna tell me what I
yeah,
should be doing? You know what I mean? When it's up to me to, if I try it and I fail, that's fine. I could do it again. I could try something different. But I decided that I was going to, work myself to experience the things that I wanted to experience. And if they didn't work out, okay, that's life. Life is learning. I wasn't going to stop. Life is moving forward all the
mm,
time. So, yeah.
yeah. You're absolutely right about it. For me, my word was dirty or nasty. And because I came from a Bible Belt region and cleanliness is next to godliness, and from a young age, I knew that it was something bigger than me. And I knew it was something that, you know, I wanted to connect to because I felt that it was something bigger. But being told, oh, you can't do that because you're nasty and it's dirty, I just didn't do it because I that took me away from the ultimate thing that I really wanted to do was just be me and be close to Christ. So, it is a real thing. I wish I had the courage to just fight through it and say, no, that's not a real thing. Because now I know that it is not a thing. I'm made by His design. He has always been close to me, or the spirits have always been close to me. And that's nothing that nobody can take away, right? But just knowing that, like you said, now looking at my parents as just being human, I now know that it was because of fear that they had or something that they had going on, right? But as a kid,
Mhm.
don't understand that during that time. But now I know that I understand it, and can't nobody take that from me.
Also as a kid, we've now gotten to an age where we can see that parents actually give their children the opportunity to ask those questions or
Yeah.
to gain a better understanding. So, back in my day, it was like, do what I say. That's what I told you to do. So that's that. You know what I mean? And also, when you're talking about, a lot of the times people do use religion as a fear mechanism. Well, if you don't do it this way, then you're gonna go to hell, and you're not gonna have all of this other kind of stuff. But it's not all of that. It's
It's
not
not.
all of that, because we all do certain things that, if it
Yeah.
was up to if somebody was to open up the Bible and say, okay, you did this, this, this,
Mhm.
everybody would have something, and we'd all be going to hell. So.
For sure. Yeah,
Mhm.
right. But so that was our little recapping on the topic that we had. We did have a question this week, and it just said, if you had a time machine, if you were able to go back in the future, is my favorite movie when I was growing up. I loved back. But anyway, that's off topic. If you could go back in time, what what advice would you give yourself?
I would say, for me, um, people that know me know that I'm a career student. I have people that, since they've known me, I've been taking a class or something.
Okay.
But so my original plan when I graduated high school was to go to college. My major was early childhood education. I was going to be a teacher, all of that. If I had went ahead and stayed on that path, which I kind of wish I would have, that way, one, I'd be on my way to retirement, and so many other things probably could have opened up for me. So for me, it would have been to just stay on track,
Mm,
because, and I know, like I said, I'm a career student, so when you take a break from school,
mm-hmm.
it's hard to get back on. It's hard to get back on the track, because then you start lifing, you start living, and you get in
Mm,
these relationships, and you start working, and now you're taking care of yourself, and then you have to do
Yeah,
this financially, and you can't do that while you're in school. It's just a lot. I just say, just stay on track.
yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, for me, I would go back to I would go back to that 13-year-old and say, stuff cotton in your ears. Just don't stuff cotton into your ears. Uh, cause they lying and you ain't got time for it. Uh,
Hmm.
and just, you are who you are. You're beautifully made, and be creative. You don't have to do and take another lane that they want you to. It's okay to be tatted up. It's okay to be artists. It's okay to imagine. It's okay to be creative. Because I really feel that now, all of these things that are out, podcasting, all these different things, if I would have just really been who Olivia really was made to be, or just let my mind be free, man, y'all have been having some stuff. I, I mean, I probably would be, I don't know what I would be, but I definitely would be somewhere in an artist industry, or just somewhere where I could just be kooky and me and around people and love on people. So,
And thinking about that, almost every year, probably around my birthday, I get to going over things in my mind, saying, you know what, I should be here, I should be there, woulda, coulda, shoulda, all of this other kind of stuff. Not thinking that, if I hadn't, if I had stayed on track, or if I hadn't taken the roads, plural roads, whole
yeah,
bunch of them, a whole
yeah,
bunch of them. If I hadn't taken the roads that I've taken, I wouldn't be here. I
mm,
wouldn't have I wouldn't have my her, I wouldn't have my wife. Or
yeah,
if it was meant to be, if it was just destiny, yeah, we would have. But just,
mhm,
we still would have met. But just thinking about, if I had done those things, I wouldn't be where I am today, which is, I'm happy, I'm living my best life, I'm
yeah,
loving, I'm loving. I do what I want to do still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say that I regret. I definitely don't regret taking any of the roads that I've taken, but because they all offered me experience. So yeah.
Well, good. Hey,
Hmm.
so tell a- y'all let us know. Y'all let us know. Remember, please be interactive. This is not just about us. It's not about us talking. Give somebody some tips. Tell us the situation that y'all are in. Let us talk about it. Uh, Fill us in. So remember to use the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. We are on just about everywhere.
Yes, we are. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. So leave us a message. Look out for us. We do put out new full episodes on Wednesday over at YouTube. So we'll be looking for your comments. And remember, not all colorful situations are the same, but you have the power to change your hue.